Hello, hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a pop-up birthday card. If you like it, I really hope you'll feel inspired and craft along with me. For today's project, I'm going to use the best collection ever called Teenager from Ni Mniej Ni Więcej digital papers, created by Katarzyna Madej. In the description down below, I left all the links to elements to fussy cut, beautiful design papers, and digi stamps. So if you like this collection, please check all the links down below, because I left the links to the website but also the Etsy store as well. In the description down below, I also left the links to Facebook group and also the Facebook group with some amazing inspirations. So please check those out, because you will absolutely love all the projects other crafters created with this collection and many more. As you can see, the color palette here is absolutely gorgeous. And when I saw this collection, I thought I really want to create it something very special and unique. And to be honest, you don't really see all the elements and design papers in this collection, just the selection I absolutely love. So if you'd like to check all of them, check the links in the description down below. So let's create our card base. I decided to have 6 by 6 inches, so I need a piece of card measuring 6 inches by 12 inches, and I'm going to score it in half, which is 6 inches. And that will be my card base for today's project. Super easy so far, right? Now it is time to fold and burnish that score line, and then we're going to decorate the card inside, because this is crucial to create that super pop-up card. So I decided to use that beautiful design paper with the flowers in the corner. So I will need 2 panels that will measure 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 of an inch. When these are ready, I'm going to assemble them inside of my card. And you can use a liquid glue or red liner tape. The choice is absolutely yours. Have you ever created a card for a teenager? If you haven't, please check this collection. It is simply gorgeous. And I'm pretty sure you will love all the elements to fussy cut and the design papers. Now it is time to create that mechanism for our card. And I'm going to use 300 GSM multi-purpose card. And I'm going to use my scoring board so you know how to create that element. I've got the panel measuring 2 inches by 7 inches. I'm going to score it all the way down at 1 inch. Then I'm going to rotate it, make a mark at 2 inches, turn it over, make a mark at 2 inches, and then using my black line or a scoring board, I'm going to match that corner with the mark I created. And this is super easy to create. And we're going to need 4 panels like this all together. So now, as you can see, I've got 3 other panels. I did all the scoring off camera. Now it will be time to fold and burnish all those score lines. So far, it is super easy. And if you like to create that card, I really hope you'll give it a go. I was inspired by one other crafter on YouTube, however, her measurements were slightly different. If you'd like to check her tutorial, I left it in the description down below. And she did the measurements in centimeters, and the cut is slightly different. However, I really like 6 by 6 inches cut base, that's why I changed the measurement slightly. So, when these panels are ready, then we're going to need scissors to cut the excess off to create our mechanism. So I'm going to follow the scoring lines here. And if you want, you can take a screenshot now when I finish cutting, so you will know how to cut that mechanism. And to be honest, you need that mirror image here, because in the end, 2 panels will be at the top and 2 at the bottom of the card. So this is very crucial. And I do encourage you to trust yourself. Because when I was creating this card, I thought I made a mistake, but in the end, I didn't. So, when these elements are ready, now it will be time to decorate them. And first, I need 2 squares that measure 1 inch by 1 inch. I'm going to cut them in half on a diagonal line. So in the end, I'm going to have 4 triangles that will go beautifully on our mechanism. When these are ready, then I will need 4 panels measuring 7/8 by 5 and 5/8 of an inch. I'm going to make a mark at 4 3/4, and then I'm going to cut that triangle off. Trust me, it will make sense. So it is 7/8 by 5 and 5/8. And again, you have to make a mark at 4 3/4 of an inch. Just remember, 2 of them have to be at the bottom, so you have a mirror image. So when these panels are ready, then we can assemble them on our mechanism. And to be honest, it is super simple. Just make sure 2 will be at the top and 2 at the bottom. And this is very crucial. So I was just playing with all those elements here. Now it will be time to use a liquid glue and assemble them here. As you can see, we're going to have a small triangle inside, like in the middle. But don't worry, we're going to assemble it inside of our card that will be stuck to our card base. So this way the mechanism is going to move. So we're going to apply the glue on the white bits only to attach it to our card. So now, when these elements will be ready, I do encourage you to burnish all of them again, because we want that mechanism to work really well. Right? How often do you create pop-up cards? Do you like them? Because recently they've been absolutely amazing for me and I absolutely love playing with them. Now it will be time to assemble those elements here. But first we're going to create some smaller cards here. And this is very crucial. One will be at the bottom of your element and one at the top, exactly in the middle of your triangle. So then you can put them together. And if it doesn't work, you can cut it a little bit more. And this is very crucial because that's how it's going to move on our inside of the card. Again, I'm going to repeat the process here. You have to cut the tiny bit off so all the elements will fit beautifully. Do you like to create 6 by 6 inches cards? If you do, that is the one with a twist. So let's stick it inside of our card. I use my grid on my mat, and I'm going to apply the glue only on the white bits. And this is very crucial. So when I close the mechanism, it will touch that middle point, which is 3 inches. So as you can see, I only put that here. And I also attached the small triangles to the inside as well. I mean the white ones. Here I made a mistake, so I really wanted to cover it. So I created 2 panels that will measure 2 1/8 by 5 3/4 of an inch. So as you can see, I'm just putting it here and everything will be beautiful when I finish. And you can use a bone folder just to fit that element in. And I have to admit that this collection is super gorgeous. So as you can see, the mechanism really works and I do encourage you to make sure the glue is set before you move on to the next step. Now it is time to create 4 squares that measure 3 inches by 3 inches. I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch, 1/2 of an inch, 2.5. And I will need 4 of those to create our super pop-up element. So again, it is 1/2 inch, 1.5, and 2.5 of an inch. When these elements are ready, we're going to fold and burnish them. And these squares are actually 160 GSM. And if you want, you can always take a screenshot of how I assemble the elements together. And this will make your job so much easier. So when these elements are ready, I'm going to assemble them inside of our mechanism. So I'm going to put the glue on one of the flap and attach it inside of the opened mechanism. When this is ready, then I'm going to put the glue on the other flap and I'm going to attach it to the white panel at the back of the card here. It will make sense. So now you can close it and make sure the glue is set before you move on. And I do like to use liquid glue because you do have time to maneuver the elements, and I think that really makes a difference. So as you can see, this cut is not that difficult to make, and I think it is very effective in the end. What do you think about the color palette in this collection? Do you like it? I think all the florals here are simply gorgeous, so I really wanted to show them off in that project. So when these elements are ready, then I'm going to create 4 panels using 300 GSM card, and that will be the panels that are going to move. And then you can decorate them the way you want. So as you can see, I'm just pressing really hard and make sure all the elements work. If you want, you can take a screenshot so you know how to assemble the elements here. So, 4 panels measure 2 3/4 by 5 inches. And this is super easy to create. Then decisions which design paper you want to use. And I actually use a combination of them. So this panel is 2.5 by 4 3/4. So again is 2.5 inches by 4 3/4. So in the end, we're going to need 4 panels. Now it will be time to assemble them together. And again, I'm going to use my liquid glue. So what do you think about this teenager collection? Do you like it? Do you think it would be perfect for teenagers? Or maybe you think it will be also good for other occasions? Please let me know in the comments down below what you think. And don't forget to join our Facebook group with amazing inspiration. And also, Ni Mniej Ni Więcej digital papers, where you can see all the amazing projects as well. And as I told you earlier, in the description down below, I left the links to this collection on Etsy and a different website, so please check them out. Now, the trick here is to line up that element with the side of your card. So this time on the left, and then the same you have to do at the very bottom. So I'm going to line it up with the right hand side, and as you can see, the other side actually matches the triangle in the middle of our card. Now, when this is ready, the mechanism really works. And again, I encourage you to make sure the glue is set before you move on to the next step. So, decisions. How are you going to decorate the front of the card? And I use one of the beautiful textured design papers, and I'm going to create a beautiful element. And this one will be 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 inches. Then the beautiful floral is 5.5 by 5.5 inches. It will be time to assemble them. And then at this point, I thought, how can I make this cut even more special? So I had a look at my stash and I found that lacy cotton ribbon, and I thought it would be just perfect for this card. So I'm going to cut the excess, use my liquid glue, and assemble it at the front of the card. So as you can see, I'm going to assemble it to my design paper first before I put it on the front of the card. And this is very crucial because this way you're going to have a professional finish. Now it will be time to put it at the front of the card. And again, I'm going to use my liquid glue because I do have time to maneuver the elements. And now, just to make the composition even more interesting, I'm going to create a panel measuring 2 inches by 5 1/4, and then the other element is 1 3/4 by 5 inches. Now I'm going to assemble them together, and I'm going to add some more dimension. So I'm going to use double-sided foam pads, and I think this is super cool. But I'm not going to put them where the lace is. So this way it's going to look really, really cool. And it's going to have lots of dimension. So if you do have some double-sided foam adhesive, that'll be the perfect time to use it now. And when I had a look at this beautiful collection, there are so many elements to choose from when it comes to fussy cutting. And to be honest, it was a very hard time for me because all of them are simply gorgeous. And I really had to make a tough decision which ones I'm going to use. And to be honest, I was very happy with the result. So now it will be time for a sentiment, and also let's decorate the inside of the card. So I fussy cut all those elements and I'm going to do a dry run first, which means I'm going to place all the elements first before I adhere them on my project. And I do encourage you to do a dry run first with every single project you create, because this way you will make sure all the elements are going to match and actually be perfectly placed where you want them. And what do you think about those colorful elements inside? Do you like them? Please let me know in the comments down below. Now let's create the sentiment, and I've got a chipboard I got from Red Point. If you'd like to check this one, I left the link to the Facebook group, and I have to say that Red Point has absolutely the best chipboards in UK. So please check it out. Now I'm going to add some dimension to that girl, because why not? In the end, it is a teenager cut, right? So now it is time to peel off the backing using my pokey tool. And again, I'm going to add some few drops of liquid glue. So this way, all the elements will be there forever. So when this is ready, the very last thing we have to do after attaching our chipboard with happy birthday, I'm going to add some sparkle, because why not? So I decided to use some very light pink gems and the cut is complete. So what do you think about this color combo and super pop-up fancy fold card? Do you like it? I really hope you do, and I really hope you'll feel inspired and create your own version. And if you like this collection, please check all the links in the description down below. There is plenty of space to write your message on the back. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I really hope you will have absolutely fabulous day. See you in my next video. Happy crafting and create every single day. Bye for now.